guess I kind of want to bring this conversation back to the here and the now. You know, the JROC report clearly sets out the stepping stones that we need to all work through in the next 2 years. But that's not going to help businesses today collect money. That's not going to help the consumer who is crying out for choice, crying out for visibility of those recurring commitments and the need for control of those commitments. And I think, you know, when we're talking about earlier the commercial model that we all need to collaborate together to work towards, I think that and the liability is going to be the two most difficult subjects to come to a universal agreement on, because everyone's got their own agenda, particularly those ASPSPs, those banks that have an issuing arm. And there is no point in all of us putting all of our resources, energy and cost in delivering a VRP solution for non-sweeping if the banks are just going to set their cost base higher than interchange, and then you know you're not going to get adoption. So you know what we can do to help our customers right now is to look at the recurring payment methods that are most commonly used right now, and card on file is one of them, and you can't hide away from that. It has a high penetration and a high familiarity. Standing orders, because people I'm sure are used to making savings from their accounts into another account, and direct debit, which is inherently a bill type payment method. No doubt that VRP, when it comes out for the non-sweeping commercial use case, will be the strongest contender for disruption. But we've got to give customers choice now. We've got to give merchants choice now, and we have a duty of care to both those merchants and those consumers to be clear on what those liabilities are. And just so some of the use cases, I'm in sales, some of the daily conversations that I'm having with merchants are that that they need that help now. And take for example the property rental market. There is no trust in the relationship between a tenant and a landlord. There is a reluctancy for the tenant to hand over their card, relinquish control of that card payment, because they don't want the landlord doing a sort of a recurring payment or a collection on that card. And the landlords also are concerned about the financial risk exposure they have to fraud, to some of those short-term rentals and multiple occupancy type rental agreements. So how can we help those businesses? And NuaPay and the likes of Go Cardless are turning the perception, and we're broadening the use case for direct debit. This is a well-established, robust, reliable bank-to-bank, account-to-account payment collection methods, and when you combine it with an open banking either PISP or AS journey, you're delivering an authenticated mandate in a flow that can be signed up immediately on on somebody's phone. So there are an open banking PISP transaction will of course eradicate all risks for the merchant and the consumer, but there's the inconvenience of having to initiate that each time you want to collect rent or pay a quarterly ground maintenance. And so direct debit authenticated mandate can't be ignored. That is the solution right here and right now, that will directly compete against card on file. It reduces the landlord's risk, it improves the certainty of revenue for them, and going back to the duty of care to that consumer, they feel that they have visibility in their mobile banking app or their internet login. They've got visibility and somewhat control of that payment until VRP is here.
So Dawn, you've clearly shown that NuaPay and I can hear the passion, are putting the customer at the heart of everything you do, and that choice is absolutely key for you.